You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency. Welcome to another episode of MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Iceman. Well, day late and dollar short. Well, day late anyway. More than dollar short. No, I was supposed to have a guest tonight. He either got busy or decided to come on. I think he was a little hesitant. We're going to talk about the story anyway. But before we start, let's get all the other crap out the way. Because for some reason I've been told that you're supposed to do this ahead of time. So if you are on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the little bell so you'll be notified when I do go live or post new content. Appreciate that a lot. Go follow me on Facebook. And also, if you are listening on one of the audio podcast platforms, if you're on Apple, go give me a 5-star, write a review. Let me know what you think. You write a review, I will definitely read it out on a episode when it does come out. So we got all that out the way. More people that sign up and like us and stuff gets us higher on the algorithm, and I'll put out more stuff. Anyway, let's get on with it. If you listened on Wednesday, I mentioned about a story. I was hoping he'd come on, but I guess he either got busy. That's like I said, a lot of people do get nervous about coming on. I remember when I first started doing this, it was real weird sitting there talking into a microphone and stuff like that. And I will be honest, I mean, I've been going for well over a year now. We're getting close to the 2-year mark before long, but it is strange sitting there talking into a microphone in a room by yourself and the people that aren't listening yet. So it takes a little while to get used to. But anyway, we're going to talk about Sergeant Poppycock. Now, this fella, he's a younger guy. I'm not sure. I think he might be in his early 30s, I assume. But anyway, when I went to the department I work at now, he was one of the first people that I got to did a traffic detail with. And, I really liked the guy. He's cool. He finally made sergeant, which I believe he deserved. I like him. If anybody remembers or went back and listened to the Edgar Allan Poe episodes, part 1 and part 2, this is Sergeant Poppycock's lieutenant. So, like I said, he's a good guy. But I only have this one story, and it just happened to happen. Like, you can't make this shit up. So, I was heading to the interstate area that I like to write tickets on, that I'm always talking about, the people I stop out there. Anyway, I was heading into that area because the normal area I work in it's a good half an hour drive to where I go like to write tickets at. So I was heading up there to do that, and I happened to be on the phone with Holster at the time, and we were just bullshitting about stuff like we always do. And came across the radio today, 1033 the net. For non-law enforcement people, I don't try like to get into it a lot, the little crap like that, but for non-law enforcement people, the 1033 net means only emergency traffic is to be on that channel. All the other non-emergency traffic for a certain call or whatever has to go to a different channel, which would have been our channel 2. And And whole stare. I had to turn my radio down a little bit because we were bullshitting. And he's like, "What are they 1033 in that for?" I'm like, "Fuck, I don't know." I said, "I didn't hear. I was bullshitting with Chief." So I'm continuing on to where I was heading, and I happened to roll up on the reason they 1033 the net. There was Edgar Allan Popo was out there, and Sergeant Poppycock was out there, and they had two other uniformed guys out there also. I mean, I don't know if they got called. I'm not sure. I don't remember that if they got called out there, or if they were trying to serve a warrant. Anyway, the place that they were at, I found out they were there previously. I don't know, about a month or so before, a couple months before. Anyway, it's a little shack. This little shack house. Beside it was one of the big shipping containers, and there was some people living in there, or a lady or a female. I won't say lady. I don't know if she's a lady or not, but anyway, she's living in their shipping container also. That's in South Louisiana, y'all. It's still fucking 90-something degrees outside, even though we almost in November. This shipping container, as I saw, I didn't see no air conditioning units on it, so this poor woman must have been roasted in there like a chicken or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I see all this going on, so I turned my lights on. Part my unit. I think I let dispatch know I was out with them. Well, I see them coming out, and they got a guy in handcuffs, no shirt on, blue jean. I think he had some flip-flops, kind of sandals or something on. But anyway, Sergeant Poppycock's got him, and he searched them down. The other ones, I see them making entry into the house. There's three of them making entry in the house. So I was assuming, which I assumed right, they had another uniformed guy at the back door watching the back in case somebody tried to run out. It's a one-room house or a two-room house with a bathroom. I don't even know if you call it a whole two-room house. So it's a shack. So while they were doing that, I stayed out with Sergeant Poppycock because, he was out there, doing his thing, puts his guy in there, figure if the guy tries to act a fool or something, they're really busy doing other shit, clearing the house. So I stayed up with him. Anyway, he's patting the guy down. And he's doing a good job. He's been very thorough, and he asks the guy, what's this in your pocket? I feel something hard in your pocket. Is it going to stick me, poke me, or anything like that? And the guy's like, no, I don't think so. But I don't remember what it was. I think it was a fucking Bic lighter or something shit like that. It was a Bic lighter. But anyway, he searched him down real good. He's going over. He's going over him good. He's making sure he don't have anything, So he finishes searching him, and the guy looks at it. Excuse me. We had a long weekend, and I haven't had a day off yet, even over the weekend. And I just got home less than an hour ago from writing tickets on the interstate. But I like to put out the other stories. But let me get back on time rambling. The guy looks at us. Sergeant Poppycock is the kind of, I don't know, he's off to the left side of the guy a little bit, and I'm kind of not quite in front of him, but off to the right side, kind of caning. And the guy's like, y'all gonna let me go inside and put some underwear on? Well, I'm like, well, fuck this guy, I don't worry about putting underwear on. Sergeant Poppycock's like, no, you're going to jail, they'll give you some stuff there. Well, I happen to look down, because this dude's worried about underwear, so I look down, and he has a hole in his blue jeans, in front of his blue jeans. And his dick is sticking out, the head of his dick especially, is sticking out the front of these blue jeans. Like, his cock is sticking out the jeans. And now, Sarge over here just finished doing a very, very thorough pat down on this subject. Thorough. He touched every little nick and cranny, and Sergeant Poppycock did not have gloves on. He was barehanded while he was doing this. Dude's dick was sticking out of his pants, like in the front. So I'm pretty sure, I'm like, I'd bet a paycheck that Sarge touched this dude's bare cock a few times. And anyway, he put him in the car, and I looked at him. I said, you know, you know that dude's, he didn't notice yet. I just looked down and saw it, and I was like, oh, fuck. I said, this is going to be so good. This is podcast material. So he ended up putting, the guy security puts him in his unit, and he closed the door, and I'm like, you didn't notice that dude's dick was sticking out the hole in his pants? He's like, no. I'm like, oh, yeah, the whole head of his cock and stuff was sticking out his pants. I said, he said, well, I guess I made your podcast. And I said, oh, you did? And I said, and your new nickname is Sergeant Poppycock. So that's where the name's come, because his cock was popping right out the front of his pants right there. And I looked at him, I said, you do realize that you touch that man's dick with your bare hands? I said, it's okay for you to touch your own dick with your bare hands. I said, but you touched another man's cock with your bare hands. So he's supposed to wash his hands with disinfectant. I'm like, it's not going to help. Yeah, you touched another man's dick with your hands. He's like, no, you. And so he goes over and opens the door, acts like he's going to ask this guy something, and he looks at him. And when he opens the door, guess what? Yep, the dude's dick is still sticking out the front of this guy's pants. Dick sticking out. Like, yep, just there for the world to see. Anyway, he closes the door, I said, see, still sticking out there, isn't it? Yeah. So I told him. It didn't take me long. I was quite proud of myself that I came up with the nickname very, very quickly about his poppycock nickname. And let him live it down. He's never going to live that down me. But right after that, they ended up arresting another guy that happened to be in the back of the house when they went in and got him out. And there was fully loaded needle full of meth back there and stuff, I believe, and had steroids in the house. And I think they recovered umpteen guns. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 10 or 12 guns. Now, the problem is he had all this dope in the house and with these guns, which that's a whole nother charge. But that's not the interesting part of it. So they arrested this other guy, and we're standing there, and so no bad guy number 2 he says, man, I gotta piss. Well, I look over at Sergeant Poppycock. I'm like, you gonna help him out with that? I said, you already had one cock in your hand. You might as well just, hold that one too while you're at it. He's like, I don't think so. Anyway, they get over there and take one cuff off him. There's 3 cops around this dude. And he's taking this dude forever. I finally look at him and said, that dude ain't pissed yet. And it's only been like 5 minutes. I said, stick your finger in his ass or something, make him piss. And of course, they didn't do that day. I finally pissed. I guess he was nervous with all the men standing around him. But I told Sergeant Poppycock, I said, remember when you asked him what was that hard in his pocket? Was it a weapon? I was like, man, I thought about it. I said, I bet you he did have a pew-pew in his pants. Because I guarantee if you'd have touched it one more time, like the way you were rubbing them down, he was like, his cock would have went pew, pew, pew all over you. You don't want to come home from work with man cum stains on you at all. So we told him, I said, he's going to be in jail. The bad guy's going to be at jail and say, I may be in jail, but that cop touched my cock like 3 times. I had that cop. He was playing with he was a cock cop. But so, I find it amusing. I hope y'all enjoy that story because, it's at his expense. I wish he'd have came on and could have talked about it too. But anyway, that's the story of how Sergeant Poppycock got his nickname. maybe we'll be able to talk him into coming in and telling some other of his stories later date. But anyway, Sergeant Poppycock. Like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed that one. Now, I teased this one about a week ago. Maybe it's been over a week. Anyway, the second part of the write-in story. I'm just going to call it that. No, he's going to stay anonymous. I'm going to give this. I don't like saying I have fans. I'm going to say he's a member of the clubhouse. So we're going to call him Paul. His nickname's going to be Paul. And we'll see if he gets the reference why I nickname on him Paul. And he'll email me or whatever if he gets it. So, Paul, we're going to say your next part of this is the guy with the limo, okay? If y'all remember the first one, he ended up taking a big old excursion limo through a drive-through and stuff like that. Well, he said this happened on the same night. Later that night, he had another one. They just threw him to the wolves. I got it right here. He said later that night I had another run, and this one was on a trolley car. I guess they got some kind of like vehicle that looks like a trolley. Let's see, it's a San Francisco treat or something like that. I don't know. This trolley was an open trolley with a few windows and a terrace on the back that people could ride down the road on. I had no idea what the event was until I got there. As it stands, I had to pick up 25 women at a residence for a bachelorette party. They booked the trolley for 3 hours. That's a lot of women. That's probably loud. I'm getting old. That probably just gave me a headache. I quickly learned who was paying the trolley bill and arranged the party. And I refer to her as the rainmaker. I hope it's because she was making it rain and she wasn't like doing the whole golden shower thing or something like that. Because that would be I don't know, you'd stink pretty good going home smelling like piss. But all right, back to the story. As I was driving down the road, the rainmaker asked me to find a liquor store, and I knew there was one about a mile from where we were at. I see some of these states where you actually have to go to a certain store to buy liquor just, dumbfounds me because you can just buy shit wherever store's got a liquor license around here. Well, of course, we also have, for all you people that aren't from or have never been to Louisiana, we have drive-through daiquiri shops where you can like drive through the window like a McDonald's and like buy a daiquiri. They don't give you a straw. They give you a straw, but it's not in it because as long as you don't put the straw in, it's not considered an open container. Like people just don't stick the straw in it after they get it. But yeah, you can drive through a drive-through, not even buy alcohol in the drive-through. So Louisiana's good for something. Drive-through daiquiri store. On the way into the lot, the rainmaker told me how good of a job I was doing, and leaned over me with a shirt that didn't cover much to show me the new rock on her finger. That's not what she was showing you, Paul. She was trying to show you them titties. Anyway, that her husband just bought her and gave me a $20 bill. I thanked her, and she went into the store. It was obvious that she was well on her way to her happy place before she boarded the trolley. She came out of the store with some very expensive bottles of liquor and didn't really share them with anyone else. Greedy bitch. She bought the good shit and wasn't sharing. After everyone got back on, she asked me to head to one of the local strip clubs. As we were on the way there, I started hearing horns honking, and traffic was backing up behind us. It became apparent that everyone near us was seeing the boobs of all the women on the terrace off the back of the trolley. I am now driving down the road thinking, I can't believe this is really happening. These women are nuts. I'd be thinking, these bitches about to get my ass arrested or something. That's what I'd been thinking. Finally, I made it to the strip club, and they all filed inside. The rainmaker carried her big expensive bottle of whatever in with her, and they seemed to allow her to. I then parked the trolley in an adjacent lot and was texting with a buddy because I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. You can't make this shit up. Just then, the Rainmaker comes stumbling back out of the strip club and is heading for the trolley. I thought maybe she forgot something, but she decided that she needed to come out and tell me about all her marital problems. Bad sign. Drunk woman telling you about her marital problem. Getting all kind of trouble with that shit. Don't fall for it, Paul. Just say no. Say no to boobs. Then she bunched her boobs together and asked me if they looked good enough to enjoy. Yeah, see, I just knew where it was going. I was like, oh shit, what do I do? Paul. You need to ask what you do with titties. I'm just messing with you. I know you married. Paul's married, y'all. I quickly decided to show her my wedding ring. Good guy, Paul. Good man. I'm thinking alcohol, the suit, and being the only penis on the trolley. Was it that? You must have had a rocking ass fucking suit on, buddy. If it was the suit was doing it. Yeah, I think just maybe it was more of the alcohol. More of the alcohol, and she's unhappily married. And I think more of the alcohol. I don't think it was your suit. I mean, what kind of suit you have on? You say elaborated. What kind of suit you have on? It's like a Kenneth Cole suit. I mean, what was it? Was it a crotchless suit? Did you have a suit jacket on and I don't know, leather chaps? And that was it. Was that it? You got to elaborate, Paul. I want to know. Anyway, he had the only penis on the trolley that you know of. How you know none of them were trannies? I'm sorry, transsexuals or whatever ones are. Anyway, he showed her. He was a good guy. He showed the wedding ring on the trolley, and it must have turned Paul into an instant prince. Now he's bringing out his inner prince. Were you singing Purple Rain? Did you make the doves cry? Did you, Paul? To that, she reached in her purse and pulled out another 40. She said, every girl likes nice things. Buy your wife something nice. Did you buy yourself something nice, Paul? Or did you buy your wife something nice? Or did you keep it? Did you keep it for yourself? I said, oh, you already tipped me on the bill and 20 in cash. Paul, the hell's wrong with you? Drunk woman giving you money. Just take it and say thank you. I don't think you need to give me more, Paul. She needed to give you more. Keep taking the money. She insisted, and it was her husband's money, and she don't like him. She insisted that I take it and continued to tell me of her husband's infidelity. See, just take the money. I showed her empathy and tried to be a good listener. And she was kind enough to stop forcing herself on me for 1 minute. I'm no stud, and under no circumstances would I cheat on my wife. He put that in parentheses. His wife must listen too. Mrs. Paul, he said, under no circumstances, none. He had titties in his face and all, and he said no. He just said no. Most men wouldn't have, so you better keep them. So this is a situation that I am not used to being in. About 30 minutes later, the rest of the party stumbled out of the strip club and came back to the trolley. I was really glad to see them as she started getting closer to me again and then backed down when she saw them come out. She wanted to be sneaky. Next, she asked me to take them to an LGBTQ. You forgot the pluses and the minus signs and everything else on there, Paul. Anyway, I'm going to just say how I talk. She asked Paul to take her to a gay bar in the downtown area. I had to look that up because I had never heard of it before. You're just saying that, ain't you? I know where the gay bar is. out where I live, and I ain't never been to it, but everybody knows the name. Where is that? So, don't say you didn't know it. Everybody, you know, and you forgot the plus and the Q and the Z's and the X's. On the way to this place, it was even more difficult to keep boobs in the shirts. Sometimes they escape. It was now almost a topless event on the trolley, and definitely off the Terrence. I was like, man, I sure hope we don't get pulled over because I have no idea what I'm going to do. We finally made it to the gay bar. He didn't put that. He used solemn letters, but it's just saying, I'm just using 3 of them, gay. And after they weren't able to get in for free, they decided not to go in. Was it that expensive to get into the gay bar? I don't know. They couldn't afford it because they gave you all their money, tipping you all the time. They were all so trash that they couldn't think straight. The Rainmakers decided that she needed to pee really bad and took off and squatted between a couple of the cars. Did you watch her? How'd you know she squatted between them cars? Did you see her do it? The Rainmakers decided, yeah, we already read that. This started a chain reaction, and I'm pretty sure that most of them who had problems keeping their clothes on decided to go squat between cars in the parking lot and piss on the concrete. Some of them didn't really care if they were between the cars or not. They were just out pissing in the parking lot like a bunch of wild animals. It was a pee fest. Finally, they all got back in the trolley and really couldn't think for themselves anymore. I drove them around for a bit longer and started back toward the Rainmaker's house, where I picked them up. As I was pulling into her addition, I don't get that, Paul. They started getting their second wind. We passed about 10 people having a campfire in on their side of the yard. And as far as I could see, every boob on the trolley was being shown to them as we went by. At this point, I was so nervous, I just wanted to drop them off and be done with them. Yeah, it's not really that much fun after a while. It's fun at first when you're sober around a bunch of drunk people. But after a while, when you're sober and you're around a bunch of drunk people like that are that drunk, you just start getting annoying after a while. And you just like, get the fuck away from me, you get on my nerve. At this point, he was nervous and dropped them off. Be done with them. I'm so lucky that somehow we never got pulled over. How did no one call the police on the trolley? That was a rolling pole dancing strip club. I guarantee if they did call, the cops you'd been swarmed because they would all want to see the titty. Once at the Rainmaker's house, I helped get the coolers out of the trolley and piled all the women into the garage. One of them leaned out the window of the trolley and puked very gracefully all over the Rainmaker's driveway and missed the sides of the trolley. She lucky she missed it. The Rainmaker then told me that she had a very good time, was going to request me the next time she decided to rent a trolley. Because I'm such a good, safe driver, then she handed me $80 in cash. I told her that she already tipped me. Paul, stop telling people to stop giving you money. Somebody's tipping me like crazy. Keep giving me the money. Stop. I told her that she'd already tipped me and didn't need to tip anymore, but she again insisted that I take it. So I said goodbye to everyone, and they assured me that they were going to be okay because they were all in the garage. On my way back out, I drove by the house with the campfire again, and as I was approaching, the girl that appeared to be in her mid-20s got up from her lawn chair and ran out to the street and bared her chest for me. I have to tell you that I have seen many breasts this evening without even trying, but I would give that pair a 10. I honked and waved. I just couldn't believe that night that I had. All said and done, I made over $500 that night, and $180 of it was in cash. So my first day, I decided it was worth it. My wife knows the G-rated version of the story, but she liked the cash that I gave her. I bet you she didn't like the cash. Well, don't hope she don't listen because she just got the un-G-rated version. You're going to be in trouble. Trouble. Anyway, I appreciate it. Enjoyed the story. I would be, if I'm working for a business like that, I am not going to tell people to stop giving me money. Have you not saw the movie, that movie with that Jerry McGrawdy say, show me the money? Show me the money. All right. This happened today. I responded to it's not really a train. It's a railroad equipment that is on tracks. So, the railroad. This equipment, they told me the name of it. Anyway, it's this big ass machine that follows another big ass machine. The first big ass machine, it's got these things on it, and it pats all the limestone down and does something. And this other machine, it comes behind it, and it's got a little sweeper stuff on it. Anyway, it's fucking train track cleaning machines is basically what it is. Well, got a call. Wreck, possible injuries. So I just happened to be 3 or 4 minutes up the road. So I haul ass. I get up there. Here's a silver car. It done hit it. Well, as I'm approaching, I can see that the rail crossing lights are lit up. They're blinking. This is a ginormous crossing. This is a 4-lane highway, large grass area in between. I mean, this is a big ass highway. It's a state highway, and it's very used for commercial stuff 24/7, big trucks and everything else. But anyway, I see that there's no crossing arms because of the size of this intersection. So I get there. They already had another unit on scene. They called for an ambulance because at first, we'll get into that, but I can see that the crossing's working properly. Lights are blinking. Bells are dinging. It's ding, 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 ding. Very loud. Anyway, this woman hit the second rail cleaning machine. And so I get there. Well, I get up, and over there's this woman standing up, baby on her hip. There's another subject on the ground who was mentally challenged. We'll be nice about it. He was laying on the ground screaming. They had another lady sitting in the back passenger seat screaming and hollering and cussing and really pissed off at the operator of the machinery. So, I didn't see no blood or nothing. I'm not saying the guy laying on the ground, the special needs kid, mentally challenged guy was hurt that bad or whatever, but I got witnesses that were telling me he was up walking around before I got there just fine and dandy, and right before I got there he fell on the ground and started screaming in pain. But he could have internal injuries. I don't know. I doubt it, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So anyway, fire department gets there, they're looking at him. I get everybody's IDs, driver's license, Oh, excuse me again. I'll be in there because I don't edit shit. But it's, I get all the IDs. I had to ask several times. Just one more, I had to ask her 3 or 4 times. They're all on their phone. One woman, she's, saying how her light flashed one time. She's mad, saying that the train pulled out in front of her. And this is not a joke. This is actually serious, what she said. She said the train pulled out in front of her. They did not stop. And he didn't even try to swerve to avoid them. Yeah, I said that. I said, excuse me? She said, yeah, he didn't stop. He didn't even try to swerve to get out the way. And went, okay, well, they don't have steering wheels. They're on railroad tracks. They go frontwards and backwards. Really? But okay, the train equipment didn't swerve to avoid you getting in a crash. But anyway, like I said, I checked everything. The guy operating, he was like, I walk over to him and he's like, I said, what happened? He starts rambling off. He's nervous as all get out. I'm like, calm down, dude. Calm down. It'll be all right. It's not your fault. Because I got other witnesses. The railroad crossing was activated. Like I said, lights blinking, bells are dinging. In the left-hand lane, they had the right-hand lane, 18-wheeler truck had stopped, was waiting. She did not stop. It kept going. So you disregarded the crossing signals and everything else. The driver and the passengers seem to think that it's the train's fault. I didn't argue with them at the time. Let them go to the hospital and get checked out. They loaded up 2 boo-boo buses to do that. They'll find out when they get a copy of our report that she's at fault. Because I think they actually left. I never told them they're different. I didn't say a word. They left in their own head thinking that that train's fault. It's not. You should have stopped for the crossing. And when she said that the guy driving the train equipment didn't even attempt to swerve or nothing. Yeah. See, it can't turn. It's kind of stuck right where it's at on the tracks. Took a little while, railroad police got to come out, 3 or 4 supervisors, but let's say it this way, I'm making fun of people. I'm not making fun of them because it's a true story, but I'll say this. No one was really serious. No one was going to die from this crash. I mean, I say it's moderate, non-incapacitating injuries, but, nobody got severely injured in this crash. If they did, we wouldn't be talking about it. But it's hilarious as hell. Let me say this. If you're a civilian out there listening to me, and everybody goes to Home Depot and buys stuff. If you're going to go, this guy, these were people that worked, but they had a trailer they were pulling. This happened Sunday morning at 6:00 in the morning, still dark, driving my motorcycle out to go work at a parade. Motherfucker driving a little double axle trailer, pulling it with his pickup truck. Motherfucker, this trailer had 0 lights on it. I'm talking 0. I don't think it had no plate. It was dark as shit. Then I happened behind the son of a bitch, and he's hitting fucking bump, and he's fucking got, I guess they were concrete workers or something. This motherfucker's trailer's full of sand. At one point, he hit a bump so hard, he doused me with so much fucking sand I couldn't see where I was going. I was so mad. I pulled up next to this dumbass. Window was down because I'm pretty sure his air conditioner worked. Gave him a piece of my mind going down the freaking road. He's damn lucky he wasn't in my jurisdiction. Because if he had done that shit in my jurisdiction, yeah, I'm pretty sure he could have maybe went to work if he didn't have warrants, but I guarantee he wouldn't have had all his tools because he wasn't going to bring that trailer with him because I'm pretty sure that truck probably wasn't all the way. I'd have probably been towing shit. I'd have probably took his shit. When you pull in a trailer and do some shit like that, people gotta remember, especially people driving cars and shit like that or little truck. Nobody ever thinks about the other people behind them. This was when somebody flicks a cigarette butt out or something. I used to be a smoker. I kept a can or something or one of the plastics in my car or unit, whatever, to put my cigarette butts out in and not flick them out the window. Especially when you flick them out by the window and you got a motorcycle behind you and I'm dodging fucking cigarette butts. That little pet peeve, it pisses me off too. Of course, y'all know a lot of shit pisses me off. So I chewed their ass out. It was a hell of a weekend, I say that. I haven't forgotten. I mean, I want to try to do it. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow if I got time when I get back. But I don't write and take it because I know we're doing the live show Wednesday. But there's that political type show I want to put out. I know the news on it's a little old. Everybody probably heard it, but I got everything set up. Me and Holster were just about. If we would have been on time, we'd have been fucked. Because I wanted to go live at 7. It's my usual time, 7 Central. I was running behind. I was getting shit together the way I wanted, and I lost fucking internet. I don't know if y'all, wherever y'all are at, and I know I got people that listen in other countries and everything else like that, but we were part of that big Cox debacle or whatever the fuck happened where I lost internet. I don't have cable, but I mean, there was just us in Louisiana, I think Texas, Florida, I mean, just all over. I mean, they're saying they had a voltage surge. I think something else happened because the one website was showing fucking outages all the way up to California. I think the motherfuckers got hacked or something, but we were just about, because I wanted to put it out, and the audio people would have got it too, but I know it's a lot, but we might try to go live tomorrow night to do the political one, and I just still want to say it, and plus I already got the scene set up, and I think it's funny as hell, so we're probably gonna try to do it anyway. If he can't do it, I don't know if he's busy now, but if he can't do it, I'll do it. But I know it's a lot this week coming out, but I gotta try to get it when I can get it and put it out. All right, I'm not gonna bore y'all with that crap anymore. I hope y'all enjoyed the stories. Sergeant Poppycock, I hope you eventually come on the show. I'd love to have you. He really is a great guy. They got another guy I work with. He said he would come on. I gotta find out if he has a nickname, or I want to sit back and try to find one. We'll see. So he may be a guest too. Like I said, the hardest part is finding guests. Sometimes y'all just gonna be stuck with me like this. Thank God nobody got hurt in that crash, even though the train didn't swerve to get out of her way. And Paul, appreciate the story. If you get any cop stories, Paul, send them to me. If anybody else out there has cop stories or stuff like that, or just interesting, funny stories, just send them in. I'll proofread them, go over them, and you might end up on the show also. I want to thank all the people that listen, all the Clubhouse members. Just spread the word, tell your friends about it, and tell them listen to me. Like I said, the more listeners we get, the more downloads, a bit bigger. I say we, but bigger I'll get. Me and Holster. It helps, because I appreciate every one of y'all. Y'all the reason I do it, because there was one point in time, right after the year point, I was like almost got a little discouraged and almost quit. But if it wasn't for the people that listen and stuff, and the ones I can almost tell you areas that always listen, I appreciate everybody. Like I said, especially my Canadian friends and stuff like that. Belgium, I know United Kingdom, got some in Australia. I even had somebody in China. I'm serious, in China. It was weird. Of course, the United States, we're actually getting in more and more, not quite all 50 states. It's almost kind of the central part of America that's not, I don't know if they stop me podcast people. Washington State, hey people, I appreciate y'all. Y'all are one of my higher download states. Virginia, Illinois, Massachusetts just been really hitting real good stuff also. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, spread the word, let them know. I know I can be raw. Trying to watch it a little bit, but I can't help myself sometimes. But hey, if y'all listen to this tomorrow, whatever, and you get a chance, like I said, if you want to watch a live show, go. You got to subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch or something like that. Oh, I want to throw that out. Whoever APSO person is, that they actually subscribed on Rumble. I appreciate it. I do have 2 subscribers on Rumble now, and since y'all have, I will actually, since I'm starting to get a few subscribers, I will start downloading some of the videos and putting them on there. Can't go live on there yet, but I appreciate that, y'all also. So come back tomorrow. Come watch the live show. Come join. I love interacting with the people on the message board on there, and it'll be pretty funny. I think it'll be funny. I worked on some pictures to put up and stuff like that. So watch your back, watch your partner's back. Be safe, and remember to smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.